my name is Kat, and today I want to talk about my completed series. In 2013, I made a video kind of like this where I talked about all of the series I had read completely. And I think it's about time for an update. However, for this video, I want to discuss not only the completed series I've read, but also the completed series that I own but have not yet finished. Right here, in this moment, I own 68 complete series. Of these 68 series, I have read 32 of them completely, which means there are 36 series that I can complete, but I have not yet done that. But yeah, for now, I just wanted to show you guys the completed series that I own. And because there are so many of them, I should just get started already. I'm gonna start with the series that I have already finished, and just a note, these are only series that I own and have finished. There are some series like the Chronicles of Narnia and Animorphs that I have read completely, but I don't own those books, so they're not gonna be in this video, aside from this mention of them in this video. Let's go! Since most of my series are here in the shot, I'm just gonna kind of go through the line. So first I have the Darkest Minds trilogy by Alexander Bracken, the Selection trilogy by Kiera Cass, the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins, the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu, the Delirium trilogy by Lauren Oliver, the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth, the Shatter Me trilogy by Taha Mafi. I have Shatter Me in ebook right now because the hardcover doesn't match these, so yeah. The Anna Lola Isla Companion Trilogy by Stephanie Perkins, the Paranormalcy Trilogy by Kirsten White, the Grisha Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo, the Gemma Doyle Trilogy by Libba Bray, the Ruby Red Trilogy by Kirsten Gear, the Unearthly Trilogy by Cynthia Hand, the Hex Hall Trilogy by Rachel Hawkins, the Mara Dyer Trilogy by Michelle Hodkin, the Curse Workers Trilogy by Holly Black, the Anna Dressed in Blood duology by Kendar Blake, the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan, the Across the Universe trilogy by Beth Revis, the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor, my favorite trilogy ever, I love it. The Leviathan trilogy by Scott Westerfeld, the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare, the Immortal Instrument series by Cassandra Clare. Was that in the wrong order too? Damn it, whatever. The Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling, which is so heavy, oh my god. The Percy Jackson and the Olympian series by Rick Riordan, the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead, the Twilight Saga by Stephanie Meyer, the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, the If I Stay duology by Gail Forman, the Ruby Oliver Quartet by E. Lockhart, the Ugly series by Scott Westerfeld, and finally, even though I don't actually consider this a series because it was never intended to be one, I feel like I have to mention it or else people are gonna comment about it, I have The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. So those are all of the series that I have read completely, and now let's get into all of the series that I have not yet read completely. So first up is Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. I've only read the first book. The Shiver trilogy by Maggie Stiefvater. I've read the first two books. The Mind Games duology by Kirsten White. I've read the first one, need to read the second one. These books are so tiny, I should have just read this before I filmed the video. The Girl of Fire and Thorns trilogy by Ray Carson, which I have not yet started. The Graceling trilogy by Kristen Kishore. I've read the first book. The Hits Fair Assassins trilogy by Robin Lefevers. I've read the first book, still need to read these. The Monstrumologist series by Rick Yancey. I've read the first two, need to read the last two. Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea duology by April Genevieve Tutchell. I have not yet started this one. The Shade trilogy by Jerry Smith Reddy. I've read the first two, need to read that last one. The Beautiful Creatures series by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. I've read the first book. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to continue this series though. The Chemical Gardens trilogy by Lauren DeStefano. I have read the first book and I'm not sure I'm going to continue this one either. The Matched trilogy by Ali Condi. I've read the first book. The Everneath trilogy by Brody Ashton, of which I've read the first book. The Hourglass trilogy by Myra McIntyre. I've read the first book. The Fairy Tale Retelling series by Jackson Pierce. I've read the first 2 books. The Reboot duology by Amy Tintera. I've read the first book. The Codename Verity duology by Elizabeth Wine, which I have not yet started. The Pivot Point duology by Casey West. I've read the first book. The Sweet trilogy by Wendy Higgins, which I have not yet started. The Kane Chronicles by Rick Riordan. I've read the first book. The Eon duology by Alison Goodman, which I've not yet started. The Seven Realms series by Cinda Williams Chima, which I've not yet started, but I just got it. Give me a break. The Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness, which I have not yet started. The Bronze Horseman trilogy by Paulina Simmons, which I have not yet started. The Wake trilogy by Lisa McMahon. I have read the first 2 books here. The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel series by Michael Scott, which I have not yet started, and I'm probably holding it in totally the wrong order. The Demon Chapter's Daughter series by Jana Oliver, which I have not yet started. The Eyes Like Stars trilogy by Lisa Manchev, which I have not yet started. The Giver Quartet by Lois Lowry. I've read the first book. The Perfect Chemistry trilogy by Simone Alcalez. I've read the first one here. The Song of the Lioness Quartet by Tamara Pierce, which I have not yet started. The Word and the Void trilogy by Terry Brooks, which I have not yet started. The Georgia Nicholson series by Louise Renison, and I've read the first 5 books here. The Modern Fairy Tale series by Holly Black, which I have not yet started. The Iron Fae series by Julie Kagawa, which I have not yet started. And finally, the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, of which I have started reading the first book. So yes, there you have it. Those are all of the completed series that I currently own, and which ones I've read, which ones I need to start, and which ones I need to finish. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great night, and I will have another video up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye! Is someone choosing to do yard work now, of all times? It's like yard work and a plane at the same time. So back in 2013, I was interrupted by yard work. And it's happening again in 2015. Deja vu! Motherfucking planes in the motherfucking sky. But for now, I thought I would just show you all of my series. Books! Books! Books, books, books. William Herondale. Ah! Harry Potter's so heavy. I'm like sweating. It was a workout lifting up all those books. Damn.